In this video, Dr. Mike Israetel and I share our top 3 chest building exercises. One for the lower chest, one for the upper chest, and one pure isolation movement.
Our first exercise for lower chest is the cheater decline machine chest press. What you do here is you put your butt as far on the seat more or less forward as it goes. Don't put your lower back to the seat, drive it really far. Arch your back, put your shoulders all the way back, get that seat nice and high, and then you're able to press down and forward. It's an awesome incline movement that has some pretty big advantages over some other considerations. One, probably the best decline movement is the dip, but it was already taken. And also, there's only so many dips you can do. And then the other thing is you can have a decline bench press, but most gyms don't even have that machine, thankfully, because it's a S word when people don't live themselves machine. How the hell are you supposed to do that yourself? And also it's unwieldy and it's weird. And then it's like, okay, let's say you have it and you like it. It's just another option. You have like, how many quad moves do you have? Hack squat, leg press, also there's dozens. What about lower chest? People like dips, you're like, okay, what else? Like decline press, or what else? Like, I don't know. So this, on any machine, you can automatically rig it to get just more lower chest force. There's nothing magical about it, but it works great and it's super safe because you can go really close to failure and everything's totally cool.
Cool. What do you think about elbow angle on these? Do you typically go more flaring, more tucking?
But just safe for comfort, you know? If you tuck more, you get a little bit more tricep stuff. If you flare more, you maybe get a little bit more mid and upper chest work actually by flaring. But I would say like just start at 45 degrees and even use in, medium, and out as variations. Another thing is if you arch your back more, you get a lower angle and it's a very, very low pec. Even if you lean back, but you start to do this, then it turns into a regular chest exercise again.
For my lower chest pick, I really like the dip. The dip does a lot of things right. For one, it gives you an excellent stretch on both the lower and upper pec. By having your shoulder behind you and flaring your elbows a little bit at the bottom, you can get a deeper stretch than nearly any other exercise. The barbell press, you'll often be constrained by when the barbell touches your chest, which most people won't achieve a full stretch in. Dumbbells, same thing to an extent, unless you super arch and sort of bring the dumbbells out a little bit. With a dip, that's not really a concern. Additionally, for most people, dips with a good range of motion, a full stretch, maybe even a pause at the bottom, will be heavy enough to get close to failure in about 5 to 15 reps. There's also the bonus of dips hitting your scapular protractors, which in most fixed scapular pressing movements you won't really train. So things like push-ups and dips can be a great addition to your overall routine, in addition to training your lower chest very effectively.
One of my favorite moves for the upper chest is the incline cambered bar press. Not everyone is a trillionaire, so most people can't afford cambered bar presses. They have groceries to buy, kids to feed, school bills. What do regular people buy? So the incline cambered bar press has all the upper chest love of the incline press, but it gives you that gnarly deep stretch. If you have a cambered bar, honestly, these things are 250 bucks. Save up your money, buy one for your gym, leave it in the gym. The gym owner will think it's great. You get to see everyone else misuse it. It lets you have a barbell movement plus extra ROM. It is literally a bar designed in a goat field. Why? Because it's goated.
Do you think that you kind of got to focus on flaring your elbows on the way down versus like letting them tuck? Because some people kind of go halfway down and then they kind of start tucking a lot more to get down. Do you think that's an issue?
I think that it's such a deep camber and it's incline. There's just no way to avoid stretching your upper chest. What I would say is whatever gives you good shoulder comfort is great. Once you have good shoulder comfort and you get the bar all the way down, play with what flaring makes you feel differently in various regards.
One thing that comes to mind, the only study we have on the bench press, an actual pec hypertrophy, did find that a 45-degree incline Smith press was better for overall pec growth even than a flat Smith press. Oh, that's the only study we have on pec growth, so it's not really worth that much on its own. But I think that if it delivers you more upper pec growth, which in the study it did, and the same lower pec growth, an incline press might just be your one-way ticket to bigger pecs overall over a flat press.
And we know that the stretch is really fucking awesome. And we know most people can't get a good enough stretch with a barbell. Again, it's goated for a reason. It checks almost every single box.
And because it's cambered as well, you can get a deeper tricep stretch than most wide grip benching.
Yes.
And nearly as much of a tricep stretch as like with just regular close grip benching. So goated. My pick for upper chest development is the incline dumbbell press. There's nothing wrong with the cambered bar incline press, but I think dumbbells are going to be more accessible to more people. For most people, will deliver a maximum stretch, especially if you kind of come down, flare your elbows, and angle the dumbbells up a little bit to get more of a stretch before you hit the chest. And all of a sudden, it's almost like a fly press in a way, but it's going to hit your upper chest quite heavily. It's very time efficient in the sense that you grab a pair of dumbbells, you get on the bench, and you do your pressing. And as I mentioned, the one study we do have on pec hypertrophy did demonstrate that there might be a bit more overall pec growth to be had from incline pressing variations as opposed to flat pressing variations. So even if you could do something like a a reverse grip bench, I would probably still opt for most of the incline style pressing.
The reverse grip bench is just kind of weird. Most people don't like it. Theoretically, it works really well, but like meh. And then also with incline dumbbell presses, to get the most out of them, what I found is you have to cue people to actively try to get the inside of the dumbbell to touch the proximal part of their bicep tendon. That's how to do it, because people will just do inclines and they'll just, a lot of times they don't even touch their chest. And sometimes they'll touch their shoulders. And like, you do realize that because the dumbbells are quite large, touching your shoulders is a partial incline. And so if you want really what you need out of dumbbells, you're gonna go really wide. And a lot of people say, but that makes me use the 50s instead of the 80s. And like, well, it just turns out you were never that strong, motherfucker.
And the other thing I was gonna say about the incline dumbbell press is a lot of people will make the mistake of thinking they have to touch the top.
Yeah.
That just makes the movement a lot more awkward.
Yes, and there's no force transduction at the top because gravity doesn't point laterally, it points up and down.
Incline dumbbell pressing, upper chest. On to the next one.
I was asked to pick a movement that is isolation and also awesome for the chest, and I picked one of my favorites, the Janicki fly, which is really a decline dumbbell fly, but where you open up at the top. It stretches the dog shit out of your pecs, a ton out of your lower pecs. It's a really cool movement. It involves the lats a little bit. It's an unbelievable movement for shoulder health and mobilization because it will push your shoulders to the maximum. Eric Janicki, more or less, I don't think he invented it, but he sure shit perfected it. I would really follow him. He's a guy that knows a lot. Click on his stuff. He's also maybe one of the biggest people I've seen in my life, and it's confusing. You have to go slow on this, especially at the bottom. If you dive bomb this, you can say goodbye to your shoulders. It'll be a YOLO time. Get nice and stable. The first part you want to do is do the traditional decline fly all the way down. As soon as you get into that bottom position, hold it for a second and then come up with your arms up and behind you. But don't just come up arbitrarily, come up at the limit of your chest and shoulder flexibility. That total time under tension with a huge stretch is massive. And then don't just come up, arc back in and come up in one solid movement. It's gonna get all of your shit sorted out right, exactly like the MyoAdapt app.
This is the most adaptable science-based fitness app. It designs your ideal workout based on your experience, schedule, health, and equipment. Whether you're a pro or just getting started, it adapts to you over time, so you can train effectively and always make progress. No two workouts are quite the same. Powered by advanced algorithms, constantly updated in collaboration with world-class experts. MyoAdapt is your personal fitness expert, but at a fraction of the cost.
Two things that fly over people's heads with this exercise. One is that you're effectively doing an isometric at the bottom in the stretch position. So compared to a traditional fly, you're getting more time spent in that beneficial stretch position. The second thing is, compared to a traditional dumbbell fly, you might be getting even more stretch, especially in the lower pec. Coming out like this stretches your pecs. But your lower pec is also a shoulder extensor, meaning that flexing your shoulder up overhead will give it a deeper stretch. So try these out. For my chest isolation pick, we have the dumbbell fly. The dumbbell fly is a staple. For most people, you'll get as deep of a stretch as you'll ever need. And additionally, because of the way the external movement arms work out, you're getting maximum resistance in the stretch. In fact, if you put a gun to my head, Mike, which you often do, and told me one chest exercise for the rest of your life, and I could only do that one, and fuck triceps, fuck everything else, I would probably do the dumbbell fly on just pure theoretical grounds. Tension in the stretch, resistance in the stretch, not many other muscles to think about first. Additionally, you get some bicep work because it's kind of like a long muscle length bicep isometric. It's a really great exercise. I think if you're first doing these, go slow on the eccentric. It'll be more of a stretch than you ever experience on any sort of cable fly or machine fly in terms of resistance in the stretch. Go for slower eccentrics, maybe higher reps at first, and then over time you can take these pretty heavy safely. So yeah, dumbbell flies, trains the upper chest, trains the lower chest as the single best isolation pick. That's mine.
Yeah, that's a great pick. For vibes and for inspiration to nowhere, because pretty much no one can do this, there's a gentleman, I believe, I hope I'm not butchering this name, Mike McDonald. He was an elite powerlifter back in the 80s. And supposedly, so he was for sure, I think he benched 611 pounds raw. And I think either 198 or 220 or something completely stupid. He was allegedly, and I do believe this, was able to do straight arm strict dumbbell flies for sets of 10 with the hundreds. Can you imagine walking into a gym and seeing that? I would just turn around and walk away.
Yes. The one tip actually on that is if you do feel your biceps giving out first, or at least it feeling that way, bending your elbows to a 90-degree angle means that your wrist and elbow joint are roughly stacked throughout the movement, and that'll allow your biceps to be working much less hard. It will mean you need to use more weight to get the pecs to failure, but it will mean that your biceps are less involved.
Anyway, there's a fly. I did. I said that the B-roll. I said everything.
How to hew it, whatever.